Yes, guys. Good afternoon, Harrys. Everyone, I hope you're all doing well. Thank you very much for joining me again this afternoon. I really do appreciate it, guys. Yeah, this video, I'm gonna speak about some things in this video that some people not might not agree with, which I'm absolutely fine with. If you don't agree with me, it's all good. But I just feel like I need to say some stuff. I've seen people talk on Twitter today about certain things that are going on, and yeah, I just need to have my say on things, and I think it's better for me to do a video, do a show for you guys, than it is just me to debate on Twitter, because it's so difficult debating on Twitter. It's mad. It's mad. But big up to everyone in the chat. Hope you're all doing well, guys. Don't forget, go and smash that like button, hit the subscribers as well. If you've not hit that subscribe already, go and do it now, my guys. Go and do it now. I'd appreciate it. Um, right. I'm going to chat about it now. So what we're going to talk about is the rebuild that Liverpool Football Club need to go through. This is a big rebuild at our football club, and it's not just the midfield; it's the defence as well. Um, there's a lot of things that need to be sorted out at our football club, and I've been saying this for a while now. We can't move on and get the rebuild that everyone wants when you've still got the old guard at our football team. You got Henderson still there, Thiago still there, Fabinho still there. The only reason Ox and Naby went, let's be fair about this right now. The only reason Oxlade-Chamberlain, Naby Keita, and James Milner left our football club is because we didn't give them a new deal. Or they didn't accept the new deal that was offered to him. Remember, we offered Naby Keita a brand new contract. Naby Keita didn't want to accept it. He left. That is the only reason they're gone. We didn't sell them. We didn't want them out the door. We just kept hold of players. And I love all these players. I'm not going to go down this route on going and slagging them off or anything like that. I love all these players. I love every player that's played for Liverpool Football Club, especially the ones that have been successful for Liverpool Football Club. But this ain't about sentimentality anymore. This is about going back to winning. This is about going back to winning. That is what football's all about. That's what sport in general is all about. It's not taking part. I'm sick of all these eyes just taking part that matters crap. No, sport is about winning, about being the best in your field, about being the elite of the elite. That is what sport is about. Now, some people can't ever make it up to there. Some people can't make it up to that level, but they're successful in their own field, in an area where you don't expect MK Dons to be successful, but they're successful in what they're doing. We're Liverpool Football Club, and we should be going to higher levels and not just accepting mediocrity. Like finishing fourth next season, is it success now? Is finishing top four classed as success as a footballer these days? These are my worries about the way football's going, because there's so much money in football now, and football is like a business. It's operated on computers more than it is operated on the pitch. Then top four is considered success. It just is. I don't think it should be. I think what it should be is winning at all times. If you've got a football team that's continuously finishing in the Champions League year in, year out, most owners of football clubs are happy with it because they're getting their financial means through that success. So if you're finishing top four constantly, you're finishing top four constantly, yeah, you're going to get more. Your owners, no matter who they are, no matter what owner it is, and it's not just about FSG, it's about any owner at any football club. If you're consistently in that top four, all owners are going to be happy because success is coming through in paychecks. You're getting more revenue. You're getting more commercial revenue. You're getting more sponsorship. You're getting more advertisement. You're getting better shirt deals. All that thing is happening because that is counted as success in today's football. And I don't think that's right. I think success should be still what you win and what you succeed in. That is what I feel success is. Not just finishing fourth and having a good cup run here and there. For me, success is achieving the possible and going out there and grabbing it. That is what success is to me. And my problem with it nowadays as well is that I look at our football club, Liverpool Football Club alone right now, and I don't think we as a whole team, as a football club, want that same success as far as I see it. And that's a problem to me. We as fans will always want more because we're fans. Yeah, we'll always want more. I will want Premier League every year, European Cups every year. Yeah, the best play because we are fans and that's what we demand. We demand that. We want that. If you don't want that, that's fine. I'm not going to tell you otherwise. But me, I want that. I want success. I want my football club to be the absolute best it can possibly be. And when you get to the best, I want you to carry on and be even better than you was and carry on and carry on and carry on. That is what I want for my football club. But does the football club itself want that as well? And that's another issue. Does the football club see, I take our owners, yeah? Let's talk about our owners for a second. Do our owners look at anything else but top? Like, if you look where we come as a football club under the ownership of FSG and the way their model is, top four to them is a success. Liverpool finishing fourth, third, and second every single year, playing Champions League football, means you bring in more commercial revenue, more advertisement, more sponsorships, better shirt deals. Your reach goes out to more people around the world. More people start to buy your merchandise because you're playing in the most elite European competition there is in sport. Yeah. And everyone around the world is watching you. So if you're constantly doing that and you're seeing the money coming in for owners like we have in FSG, that to them is success. It just is. Like it or not, as a fan, I don't like it. Trudon don't like it. Noel don't like it. Paul, Andy, Joshua, Panoff, Alexandra, Captain Sal, Bruno, you guys don't like it. None of us like it because that to us is not success. That to us is where Liverpool should be anyway. That's not success. That is where we should be anyway. That is where Liverpool should be operating from, no matter who owns our football club. No matter who owns our football club, that is where Liverpool should be anyway, in that part of football. And that global stage, that is where Liverpool belong. They have done since the late 60s, early 70s, all the way through to 2023. Liverpool have been on the highest stage in world football. That is where they belong. So that's not success to me because that's where we are. As a brand, as a club, everything. We're huge. I think it just goes under the radar how big of a football club Liverpool FC actually are. I don't think people understand how big this football club actually is around the world. This is easily top 5 biggest football teams in world football. You probably got Man United, Real Madrid, Barcelona, maybe Bayern Munich and Liverpool. They are probably the 5. And then you got your AC Milans, your Juventuses and teams like that and your Ajaxes. Right? That's how big this team is. That's how big this team is. And FSG just see top 4 every year as success. They see top 4 success, 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 success. because we've been in a position where Liverpool Football Club should be in a way. We should be in the Champions League every week. We're Liverpool Football Club. We should be making massive money. We're Liverpool Football Club. Real Madrid, if they don't win anything, their manager don't stay around. They just don't. If they don't win anything, they change everything up. Real Madrid are all about success. Why do you reckon they got the world record on Champions Leagues and European Cups? They're all about success. It's one of the biggest teams in the world. Would Real Madrid be the biggest team in world football if they didn't win trophies and just got into the Champions League every year and competed just so they can get financial means off the pitch? No, they wouldn't be. They're the biggest team in the world of football. Let's face it, no matter who we support, Real Madrid are the biggest team in world football. That badge and that yellow, that white shirt, that white kit is the most iconic thing in world football. Yeah, let's just admit it right now. And it's because they're so successful. They're so successful. That it's not just about, oh, we've got to be in the European competition every single year. Real Madrid fans don't stand for that because they're Real Madrid. They expect to be there every year. That's an exception. They wake up the beginning of the season knowing they're going to play European football the next season because the exception is they're Real Madrid and they should be there. What they don't stand for is not competing for trophies. That's what they don't stand for. And Liverpool Football Club, for me, don't stand for the same thing at this moment in time. And that's because of our ownership. Because of our ownership, we don't stand for the same thing right now. We're very happy. Well, not we, as in us fans. I'm talking about the football club in general with the owners we have. They're very happy at Liverpool competing for everything there is in football. If they don't win it, okay, but you competed. So we get that revenue again the following year. Look at the money we're bringing in year after year after year. You know what I mean? That is what our owners. That's what our owners have become. And the problem is, I think that's leaked. I think that's leaked down into the fan base. I think that is leaked down into some of the fan base where they're like, yeah, you know what? We get top 4 every year. We get top 4 every year. And that's cool because look who we're competing against. And I was a bit like that. I ain't going to lie. But then I woke up and I realised, you know what? We're Liverpool Football Club. I expect us to be in the top 4 every year. We're massive. As I said, easily top 5 biggest teams in world football. How can we not be in these competitions every year, competing for everything every year? It's an exception. It's for Liverpool. What I think we talk about Jurgen Klopp, yeah? We talk about Jurgen Klopp. Some fans will say he's the most elite manager in world football. He's the best manager in world football. You can't get better than Jurgen Klopp. Forget your Peps. Forget that. Jurgen Klopp's the man. Look, I love Jurgen Klopp. I've got no issue with Jurgen Klopp. I absolutely love him. Yeah, last season I went at Jurgen Klopp quite a lot last season. I probably went at Jurgen Klopp more than I did the owners last season. And I thought rightly so, because I think Jurgen Klopp got a lot wrong last season. And I think he was very lucky to get away with it a little bit, to be fair, because of who he is. He's Jurgen Klopp. You know, he's got that smile, that charisma. He turns you around like that. You know what I mean? So he can get away with it a little bit. And the other manager at Liverpool Football Club last season, I think we're talking about him in other ways. I really do. But we've got one of the greatest managers on earth, as everyone tells me, right? He's got 3 years left in his contract. We're meant to be rebuilding this football side. I look at it and the owners look at it. Yes, I'm happy with the transfers we got so far. I'm proper happy with Dominic and Bozolai and Alexis McAllister. Proper happy about them transfers. It's transfers the owners should be doing every single year, right, for us to compete. They should just be doing these transfers every year. And then I'd shut my mouth, and a lot of us might shut our mouths about it. Just keep it on. But then you hear today in the last few days that's starting to irritate and just have a little go, and it's a nagging thing on the back of our neck, and we're like, what are you chatting about? Now we're getting these things, stories that come out, and I don't think Liverpool media help. I don't think that. I think there's people too close to Liverpool Football Club in the media that antagonise the fan base more than they think they do. I think they look. I'm not having to go at these media people, but I think they're doing what they think they're doing is a good job, and they are doing a great job. Big up to them all. But what I don't think they realise is that it looks like you're antagonising the fan base a lot with the stuff that you put out, because it looks like you're on the side of the ownership, and it's like, would you say that if we was any other team? And do you know what I mean? And it's a madness. It's a madness. But look, I've got Michael. Big up Michael with a super chat. Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it, love, Mike. Cheers, James. Just want to show my appreciation. Big up to you, man. Big up to you as well. Much love to you, my friend. You know, and this is where I'm going with this now. I'm going to talk about the team, you know, and link into what I've been saying. You guys in the chat, we all want to win things, yeah? Does everyone in the chat want to participate or actually try and win stuff? Are we happy just finishing top four, getting back into the Champions League, get Champions League the following season? We're back where we belong, apparently, yeah? Are we all happy with that? Or do we want to challenge Manchester City trying to win everything? You know what I mean? That's where I'm coming from it. Big up Michael in the chat. Jamie, even the sentence, we got at least 2 new players every year. Not squad player, but first team players. Exactly. You know, we want to win trophies. We want to compete. We want to win the Premier League. We want to win the European Cup. Now, obviously, like you guys, we're obviously sensible fans and realistic fans. Obviously, you can't win the 2 big trophies every single year. We all understand that. I don't think anyone expects us to win 10 or 15 Premier League trophies in a row and 10 European Cups in a row, and just, you know, that's unrealistic. Even the greatest sides, you know, you have a year out and a year in, that sort of thing, but you're still competing. If you don't win it one year, if you don't win the Premier League one year, the size of Liverpool Football Club, the next year, you better go back and try and win it. That's what I'm talking about. Liverpool finished 5th last season. It's a terrible year. The year before that, we almost completed football, went for a quadruple. An amazing season. We lost out on winning the Premier League with 20 minutes left of the Premier League season to go. You know, Man City winning that game over Villa in the end. You know, we lost the Champions League final to Real Madrid by a 0-0. We won the 2 domestic cups. It was an amazing season. It took us to the last day of everything. We played for everything. We competed for everything. And then in the summer, we just missed out on the Premier League. We just missed out on the Premier League by 20 to 30 minutes. That's all we missed out on the Premier League on. Half hour of Premier League time left. This is what we missed out on the Premier League on. That summer, did we buy players to go again the following year? Did we buy players to go again the following year? No, we didn't. The manager never got back the way he wanted to be backed. Now, I know the Bellingham stuff and the Tchouaméni stuff and all that, and I've said it last season as well. Klopp's got to take a bit of blame for that as well. Jurgen Klopp has to take a little bit of blame for that, because he can't. For me, Jurgen was a bit naive last season. I think Jurgen was a little bit naive last season, thinking that his team could go again. That's naivety. They were dead on their feet. You know, they played every single game. It even hurt Chelsea as well. Look where Chelsea finished. You got to remember, Chelsea almost went to every single game last season as well. They played 2 finals. I think, didn't they get to the quarterfinal or semi-final in Champions League as well, and a massive run in the Premier League. So Chelsea felt it as well. That's why they fell off last season as well. And then they bought terribly and it didn't work for them. But that summer, Liverpool didn't get. It weren't the summer. I was happy with the Darwin Núñez buy because I do think many people disagree, but I do think Darwin Núñez is something there where he will become special eventually. But when you look back in it, you go, everything else weren't a player. We bought squad players. And I'm like, why are we... You look back in it now, and Darwin Núñez is the only player that survived at Liverpool Football Club from the last summer transfer window. So last summer transfer window, the only player that is still here is Darwin Núñez. And that's it. You can't tell me that weren't a disastrous summer. Awful. And we bought squad players. So we almost go and win everything, yeah? We didn't. The two trophies that we wanted more than anything is the ones we didn't win. Now, I'm happy winning a domestic double. I'm proper proud about it. But we didn't win the Premier League and Champions League. And that summer should have been the summer when we go, what do we need to go and win that Premier League and Champions League the following year? Because we've got a great squad. There's no doubt about it because they went that far, but they're going to be tired. We need to freshen it up. I need to get some players in that are first team players that are coming to this squad, give the team a pep, give the team a bit more bounce and go, crap, we can go again. Let's do this. Then the team saw, Carvalho come in and like, all right, Carvalho ain't going to scare anyone. And that's the issue. That's the issue. And now we're going again this summer. And they're trying to correct their wrongs. And they're buying better players. First team players. This is what I want. I don't want squad players. I don't want Taki Minamino coming into this football club that I know is not going to threaten anyone's place in the first 11. I want players that are coming into this team that can go, hey, you see you, Mo Salah. You see these Trent Alexander-Arnold. You see you, Fabinho. You see you, Henderson. You see you, Luis Diaz. I'm taking your spot. That's why I'm here. I am taking your spot. They're the players I want. I don't want a player coming through the door. And even I know as a fan that goes, well, he ain't taking anyone's spot. So if I know that as a fan, the player's going to be like, he ain't taking my spot, is he? That's what I want. I want first team players. And we got it so far this summer. I'm proper happy with Alexis McAllister. Because Alexis McAllister, straight away, apart from Thiago, is better than anything we got in our midfield. Then we've got Dominic Szoboszlai. Comes in, straight away, he's better than anything we got in our midfield and can play in them forward areas. It just updates the team. It puts emphasis on everyone else. Shit. Look at these two players that have walked through the door. If I don't up my game, they're taking my spot. Not one Liverpool player last summer saw Carvalho come through the door and went, oh, Carvalho, I better train a little bit harder because Carvalho's going to take my place. Not one could have. That one player gave a shit. And now Carvalho's gone to Leipzig. You need players that will come in and take your spot. You need competition. Makes players hungry. Make these players hungry. Go out there. And this is where I come to the three. So, this is where I come to the three that I've got in the thumbnail right now. Yeah? So, I've said this. I said this about a couple of weeks ago. Go and look at an old video I did a couple of weeks ago, guys. Especially if you're new around here. I did a video a couple of weeks ago where I said, this summer's rebuild won't happen the way people think it will. It's as simple as that. Now, at this moment in time, we have got 10 midfielders on our books. Yeah? Let me get it up for you. We've got 10 midfielders on our books at this moment in time. So Stefan Bajcetic, Fabinho, Thiago, Jordan Henderson, Curtis Jones, Harvey Elliott, Bobby Clark, Alexis McAllister, Tyler Morton, and Dominic Szoboszlai. Right? So Dominic Szoboszlai and Alexis McAllister basically come in and taken the spot of Naby Keita, who never played, and Oxlade-Chamberlain, who never played. So we got 2 brand new footballers in through the door that are coming into our midfield, taking the spots of 2 players that never played because of their injuries, consistently letting them down. So I tell you right now, and this is why I'm not concerned. I'm a bit peed off that I don't think it's happening properly. So say, because Dominic Szoboszlai and McAllister are not going to play together every match. They're just not. One of them are going to be on the bench occasionally, yeah? Remember, I think Dominic Szoboszlai more because he's younger and he's new to the Premier League. So one of them's always going, maybe one of them will be on the bench for a while. You won't see both of them playing week in, week out together in our midfield. Not all the time because you need rotation. So say Dominic Szoboszlai is on the bench, yeah? And you got McAllister playing. And then you got Hendo and Fabinho still playing in the midfield with them. Is that upgraded our midfield? Is that the midfield upgrade that everyone wants right now? Is that the midfield rebuild that our fan base are craving for? Is that what we're all craving for? I don't think so. Now, say Dominic and McAllister get a little knock or one of them gets suspended or something like that. Then we got the same midfield. The same midfield we was all complaining about 12 months ago that weren't good enough no more. It's exactly the same midfield. There's no difference. I honestly don't believe Trent's going to be a midfielder. I think Trent is going to still play right back. And the only reason I think that is because we are not in the market for a right back. If Liverpool were heavily in the market for a right back this summer, then I would say, Klopp's putting Trent in midfield. That upgrades our midfield. But I think Trent's going to play right back next season still, and probably play inverted right back area, yeah, where we're going to probably play a box midfield, yeah, because it suits quite a few players. And I think that's how we're going to go next season. But that means you can't always play Dominic Szoboszlai and Alexis McAllister together all the time. You've got to have balance in the team as well. Plus, rotation and stuff like that. So there'll be a game, guys. I'm telling you right now, there'll be a couple of games next season in the Premier League and maybe the Europa League, that Liverpool will play a midfield that doesn't have a McAllister in it or a Dominic Szoboszlai in it. And if that's the case, it's exactly the same midfield we had last season. And I keep saying this. Like, Jordan Henderson, Fabinho and Thiago should all be gone. If we want to get back to being successful and we want to get back to being the top, the best team in the country, the best team in Europe, then them 3 players need to eventually leave this football club. They just do. Now, I don't expect us to do that in one summer. I'm not being naive here. I'm saying the next 12 months. In the next 12 months, we should start to be shipping out these players. Because what we got to do with a 33-year-old Jordan Henderson, and I'm not slagging these players off, by the way, so no one come at me and go, Jordan won the thing. I'm not slagging them off. Jordan Henderson has come to a time in his career where he can't do what he used to do. He's going to be 33. What, we got to keep hold of a 34, 35 Jordan Henderson for the next 2 years and keep him in our squad? Why? Why? Jordan Henderson is not Modric. A 35-year-old Modric, yeah, all right, because he's Modric. It's Jordan Henderson. A 35-year-old Jordan Henderson is not going to give you anything. But he's taking up a squad position in the midfield. It's as simple as that. Fabinho is apparently 29. All I keep hearing about the Fabinho stuff is get legs round him and he'll be a better player. What do you mean get legs round him? What do you mean get legs round him and he'll be better? I don't want my defensive midfielder to be only good if he's being carried. It's like your mate's taking your drunk mate home from the club, ain't it? Everyone holding him. If you let go of him, he just drops to the floor on his face. He's like, right, you better get round him, boys. We need to get him home. He's had one too many. That's Fabinho. Fabinho is your drunk mate. Literally, that is who Fabinho is right now. Fabinho is your drunk friend that you have every weekend. He's the one who always gets pissed up and you have to carry him home. Come on, Dave, get hold of him and take him again, get into the cab. That's him. That's who Fabinho is right now. That is who Fabinho is right now. And everyone's happy with that. I don't get it. Why are we all happy with that? Why are we having drunk Dave and everyone's happy having drunk Dave? I'll tell you what, if drunk Dave was my friend and I had to take him home every weekend because he couldn't handle his liquor, I'd get rid of drunk Dave. I mean, I can't be doing this no more. I literally can't be doing this no more. You know what I mean? It's just get players. We've got to move on. You know, we've got to move on. And I'm not saying do this in one summer. I'm not saying do this in one summer. I'm saying do this in 12 months. 12-month period. That's what I'm saying. Start to let go of some of these older players, yeah? I'm hoping we get a third midfielder in. Get a third midfielder in, then you've got 3 new midfielders. The third midfielder needs to be a first-team midfielder as well. I don't want no squad player. I want a first-team midfielder. I think we should get 7 quality midfielders, personally. I don't think you need that many midfielders. If you look across all the teams in Europe, all the top teams in Europe and all that, they use around 7 midfielders and they rotate them quite a lot. I don't think you need 8, 9, 10 midfielders. 7 quality top tier midfielders is what you need. We play with 3. We don't need 10 midfielders. It's mad. You just got them for the sake of having them. 7 quality midfielders that can rotate, come in on the weekly, and there's no quality drop. You know, you don't want to go for Fabinho to Clark. Do you know what I mean? It's stupid. It makes no sense. Getting 7 quality midfielders, man. You don't need 9 or 10. It's just nuts. It's just nuts. So I'm not saying if this has to be done this summer, guys. So don't think I'm saying, oh, do this summer, because I don't expect that. And plus, I think that would be wrong. You can't let go of Hendo, Thiago, and Fabinho in one summer and bring in 2 more midfielders to go with the 2 we got. That because that's a lot of integration into the team. You probably lose some leadership in the locker room and in the changing room and stuff like that. So I understand that. That's why I'm saying this is a 12-month process. It's this summer to next summer. That's where I'm going with this. No one in the chat think I'm talking about doing this in one summer. I'm not, because I'm realistic. I understand. I know how things work. But I'm looking at Thiago, and the love for Thiago is a weird one for me. I don't get it. I've not seen a midfielder loved at Liverpool since Steven Gerrard as much as Thiago is loved. Honestly. The only midfielder I have seen that's loved more than Thiago in this Liverpool midfield has been Stevie G. I just don't get it. I don't get it. I don't understand it. I think he's a wonderful player. I don't think he's as good as a lot of people make him out to be. I don't think he's as great as everyone. I think he's a little overrated, Thiago. And this is when people are going to come for me now. People are going to come for me. I do think Thiago's a little overrated. The Liverpool fan base talk about Thiago like he is the second coming of Maradona. That's how the Liverpool fan base talk about him. And when I watch him play, I think he's a fabulous little player. But there's a lot of fabulous little players. You can go across the Premier League. It's a lot of fabulous little midfield players, yeah? But my problem with Thiago is his injury record. And I don't understand the fan base when they want to keep him so badly and manage his minutes. We've been managing his minutes since we bought him. What are we chatting about? That's all Liverpool have been doing is managing his minutes. Because he's never here. The man's never fit. I don't get this managing his minutes crap. We have been managing his minutes since the day we bought him. And he's always injured. Yes, he's a very good footballer. Very good footballer. There's no doubt about that. And I want very good footballers. So people will probably be saying right now, Jay, you're being a bit hypocritical here and condescending because you're talking about you wanting quality footballers in your midfield. Thiago's one of them. Why would you want him sold? Because he's never fit. He's never fit. 2 major finals, 2 seasons back. Thiago missed because of injury. 2 finals. He started the Champions League final but couldn't complete it. Do you know why? Because he couldn't feel his feet. What's that about? We picked a player who we knew couldn't feel his feet and we played him in a final. And then I think was it the League Cup final, FA Cup final, he couldn't play because he got injured. And we're really wanting to keep that player out again. Thiago takes a space in our midfield. He's not just... Everyone's like, oh, yeah, keep Thiago. It doesn't matter if he gets injured because if he gets injured, we got more players now in our midfield that can take over and look after themselves. And when Thiago comes back, he comes back in the team. No, not if you want a proper rebuild. If you guys want a proper midfield rebuild, you have to get rid of some players. Thiago, one of them. And let's be fair here, guys. Does Thiago actually suit the way Jurgen Klopp wants to play? Because Thiago has to run a lot. Yeah. Does anyone want to see Thiago? Like, if you want to watch Thiago play football, guys, here's another one for all the Thiago lovers. Yeah. If you want to see Thiago playing at his best, yeah. If everyone wants to see Thiago playing at his best, do you actually want to see Thiago running around making tackles? Because that's not what Thiago does. Thiago doesn't do that. Go back and look at his history as a player. Thiago has never been that player running around trying to make tackles, gusting up, right, trying to run back into the defending area, trying to win the ball back and do 40-yard sprints chasing midfielders. Why do you want that from Thiago? I don't. You know, I don't want that from Thiago. I really don't. I want Thiago to be Thiago. I want the Thiago sort of Bayern Munich that controls midfield. That's a midfield controller. That's a magician in that midfield area. That's got beautiful passing, 360 vision, can see everywhere around the pitch, can see a pass before anyone else, has plenty of space to organise and control a game like Modric does. That's the Thiago I want, but that's not the Thiago we're going to see. Because there's 2 reasons for that. One, he's not mobile enough in a Klopp midfield. It's as simple as that. And 2, Trent Alexander-Arnold does it better. And it's just a fact. People will come at me now and go, how can you say that? Trent Alexander-Arnold does it better than Thiago. It's just a fact. He's younger, he's more mobile, he's quicker, and his passing range is as equal as Thiago's. So if you put it like that, and Klopp had to pick one of them to play in that double pivot area, he's picking Trent over Thiago every day of the week because he can give him more. And I like Thiago. Thiago would look amazing at Manchester City. Do you know how ridiculously good Thiago would probably look at Man City, just sitting next to Rodri? Literally just sitting next to Rodri, and City keeping that possession in the way they do. He's just going to get that ball and bang, 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 bang. Thiago would look amazing. He's a great player. But again, my issue with Thiago is the injuries. And if he's as good as everyone says he is, oh, he's Liverpool's best midfielder and blah, 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 blah. Well, wouldn't want you... This is a question for the chat, guys. This is a question for the chat. If Thiago is Liverpool's best midfielder, wouldn't you want your best midfielder to play every week? I'm just throwing it out there. Wouldn't you want your best midfielder to play every single week? Because I know I would. Do I want my best striker to play every week? Yeah. Do I want my best centre-back to play every week? Yeah. Do I want my best goalkeeper to play every week? Yeah. So if Thiago is playing in our midfield and he's arguably our best midfielder, shouldn't he be playing every week? And this now, and people will go, "You got to manage. We can manage his minutes now, Jamie. We can manage his minutes. We managed his minutes since we first bought him. What's the difference? He gets injured in training. Thiago got injured just coming off the bench. I mean, I don't trust Thiago's body to hold up. It's all right managing his minutes, but then he comes on as a sub. You know, this is what we should do with Thiago. Comes on a sub, controls the game. 5 minutes in, he gets injured. We don't see him again for 7 weeks. Is that what you want? Is that what you want? Because it's not going to help our midfield. Because we can't get another player in until midfielders leave our football club. It's as simple as that. It's as simple as that. And people keep going on about at the moment on Twitter, and this is where I'm coming from now. People keep going on Twitter today, reading these articles from the Liverpool journalists. And I wish they didn't put these articles out, because they put articles out in little snippets that just pee everyone off. So they're saying, Liverpool won't make another move for a midfielder till another midfielder leaves. So immediately everyone reads that and goes, it's a money issue. Oh, we're trying to recoup money. How can we try to recoup money? I even saw this on the Anfield Wrap. Even they fell for it. It's not about recouping money this time around. It's about the fact that we've got 10 midfielders. 10. Some have to leave. You know, some have to leave. You can go, and people will say, well, Jamie, why can't they just go and get a midfielder now? And then they let one go, a couple go after we got them in. Who says them players want to leave? What if them players make it to, I'm not leaving. I'm not going. I don't want to leave this football club. Then what? Then you're stuck with them. Like Divock Origi. We couldn't get rid of Divock Origi. Klopp did not want Divock Origi. Trying to get rid of him every single year. No one wanted, he didn't want to leave. He never wanted to leave. Then his contract ran out. We weren't going to offer him a new deal. Telling you right now, if we gave Divock Origi a big, big contract, it'd still be here. Simple as that. The only reason he left is because we didn't give him a deal good enough that he wanted. That's why he left. So going to get a player in, not letting midfielders in would be, it's a gamble. And the owners are probably not going willing to take that gamble because we've got 10 midfielders. Look, if I'm an owner of a football club and the manager comes to me, right, I need another 2 midfielders in, boss. All right, sit down. Let's look at the analytics. Let's have a look at the data. Right, we got 10 midfielders there. I'm all right getting you another midfielder in, but someone's going to have to leave. Someone's going to have to leave. And then right here, look down the list. There you go. Let's look down the list. Let's look down the list. All right, so this is me being the owner. So Stefan Bajcetic, Jurgen, sell, keep, loan. Oh, I keep him. Fabinho, sell, keep, loan. Oh, I keep him. Thiago, do you want him gone? We're not giving Thiago a new deal. Thiago's not getting a new deal. He's had 1 year left in his contract. Klopp's probably like, no, he's a brilliant midfielder. He can do stuff for me this year. Let's keep him for 12 months. Jordan Henderson, don't even say anything. Endo's staying here as long as I'm here. Curtis Jones, no, he stays. Javier, no, he stays. Bobby Clark, yeah, he can go on loan. Bobby Clark can do with a loan. And then Tyler Morton, yeah, he can do with a loan. Okay, well, that's 8 midfielders. So we loan out Bobby Clark, we loan out Tyler Morton. That's 8 midfielders. Yeah, we go and get another one. That's 9 midfielders. Do we need 9 midfielders? Honestly, we only play with 3. We only play with 3. Do we need 9? We need to let players go eventually. Eventually. And this is my thing. It's all about sentimentality. We're too sentimental on players. We always talk about our manager being sentimental, right? But we don't own up as fans when we're sentimental. Look, Naby Keita, most of the fan base could not wait to see Naby Keita leave, yeah? Because he was never fit. It weren't about his playing style or his ability to play football. Most fans that support Liverpool were saying Naby has to leave just because he's never fit. We don't have the same thing for Thiago, do we? Thiago is never fit. Thiago's never played more than 24 games for Liverpool in one season. He's never fit. But we're like, oh no, keep Thiago because he's special. It's like, what are we doing? What, like, literally, what are we doing? Jordan Henderson. Jordan Henderson, I love Jordan Henderson. Look, I've got his book for goodness sake. It's not like I'm not a fan of Jordan Henderson, yeah? I love the guy. My thing with Jordan Henderson, he's got to an age now where he needs to leave the football club. He's going to be 33. He's going to be 33. What are we going to do with Jordan Henderson? We saw, last year, Jordan Henderson got himself in some great areas of the pitch last year, yeah? But he never had the quality to deliver the pass or the ball or the final ball or the shot on goal that we wanted. Are we just keeping Jordan Henderson because he runs up and down and covers in midfield? Or do you want a little bit more quality? Everyone has a time limit. I don't get where we come from with this sentimentality. Like, he's been at the club 12 years almost. 12 years. Dig that down, guys. 12 years. And Jordan Henderson has played a lot of football in that time as well, especially in the Jurgen Klopp era. He has played so much football in the Jurgen Klopp era that his body probably can't do what he wants it to do anymore because he's tired, he's shattered. Players have to move on. Yeah. Jordan Henderson next season might have a few good games here and there. Yeah, and everyone's go, see, Jordan Henderson still got it. I don't care if he has an amazing season next year. I really don't. I don't care if Jordan Henderson has the season of all seasons next year. I'll be still saying, thank you very much, it's time to leave. Because he's 33. He can't do it. He's 12 years he's been at Liverpool. He's just come to the end of his time. I like Jordan Henderson. I think he's a great guy. I think he's been a great captain for Liverpool Football Club and a great leader for Liverpool Football Club. But if we want to rebuild, if everyone wants the rebuild that we are asking for, can you rebuild this midfield with the likes of Hendo staying here for a couple more years? The likes of Fabinho staying here for a couple of more years? With Thiago staying here all this year? And then getting injured by October. And then we're like, all right, we're down a player in midfield already. Because that's what's going to happen. Hendo's going to pick up his injuries as well because of his age now and the amount of work on his body in the last 12 years at Liverpool, the amount he's played and stuff like that. So Hendo's going to get his niggling little injuries as the season goes on. Thiago's bound to get injured. So if that happens, that's two players we're missing straight away from our midfield. And then we're left with young Stefan, young Curtis, young Harvey. Is that the rebuild that everyone pictured? Now, I'm not saying get rid of them all this summer. Again, I will say that. I'm on about from the next 12 months, so we've got to start shifting them out. Now, I agree Milner leaving and Henderson leaving in the same summer might be a bit problematic because they were captain and vice captain of this team, and they have been captain and vice captain of this team for quite some time. So I know people will say, yeah, but we've got lots of leaders in our team. There's a lot of players in our team that are captains of their country. And I get that. I understand that. But I can see where it'll come from an issue, yeah, where you get rid of captain, vice captain. It's not going to happen, yeah. But things need to start moving. I'm very happy in the transfer market so far. Really happy. We've got two tremendous buys in. Do I want Lavia? I'm not sure. I still think Lavia's a gamble. As much as I take the mick out of Fabinho and call him Drunk Dave, I don't think Lavia is an upgrade on Drunk Dave. I just don't. I think you need a more senior, more mature defensive midfielder to come in to take over Fabinho's role. But I don't think that's Lavia just yet. Lavia in a few years' time might be amazing, And it might be a great bit of business if we get him in. I just feel like if you're getting him and take Fabinho's role, you know, you're going to have to look at getting rid of these players next season. This is what I'm saying, guys. So, before I wrap this all up, say we get Lavia in, guys, and he's the third midfielder. We got Dominic Szoboszlai and we got Alexis McAllister. They're our three new midfielders, guys. I'm happy. Don't get me wrong, I'm happy with it. I am happy with it because they're, especially Szoboszlai and McAllister, they're first team footballers that take the places of other first team footballers that are in our midfield right now. So I'm proper happy with that. Lavia could be an amazing player in a couple of years' time. It's just a bit of a gamble, right? But say they're our three midfielders and everyone wants this big rebuild, yeah, in our midfield. Say next summer we don't sell Fabinho and Henderson. Say next summer we do not even sell Fabinho and Henderson. Even next summer, Fabinho and Henderson still stay at Liverpool Football Club, yeah? And Stefan's had a great year and he stays at Liverpool Football Club. Curtis has had a great year and he stays at Liverpool Football Club. That's five midfielders. Harvey Elliott might have a decent season. If we don't move players on from the old guard, if the old guards don't start to get moved on, when is this midfield rebuild ever going to happen? It's as simple as that. When's it ever going to happen? And do you trust the youngsters coming through as well? Do you trust Stefan Bajcetic to actually be as good as we think he is and take the role of Fabinho? I don't. Curtis Jones is probably the player of the under-21 tournament so far. Curtis Jones is having an amazing under-21 tournament. I think Curtis Jones is a better footballer than we all give him credit for. I think he's a really, really good footballer, Curtis Jones. And here's one thing on Curtis Jones. If Curtis Jones weren't already a Liverpool player and he had a different kind of name, I don't know, he was Curtis Josinho. Say his name was Curtis Josinho, right? And you saw him in the under-21 tournament. A lot of Liverpool fans would go and get that guy. He looks actually quite talented for his age. Go and get that guy. But because he plays Liverpool already, his name's Curtis Jones, I think we do him a disservice at times. I think he's a good little player. I think he's a good little player that we should make sure we keep hold of. I really do. So I've got no worries for Curtis Jones being in the squad because I think he's a decent player, man. He's got a bright future. And that's just me. People can say, Jamie, you're talking shit. Go for it. I just think Curtis Jones is a better player and people give him credit for. Now I've seen him play a few games in a row. He played like 10 games in a row. He's been excellent in the under-21s. He's definitely a good player. He's not a bad player. You know what I mean? He's definitely talented. He just needs to get up his consistency. That's all. And I think he could be an all right little player, But my worry is the three older guys. That's my issue. Stefan Bajcetic, is he better than Lavia? Because I know a lot of people think Lavia coming in. I had this argument on the channel the other day. Is there a point in buying Lavia when you got Stefan Bajcetic there? And I can understand the reasoning. Some people will be like, what's the point in that when we've got Stefan? Stefan's going to be as good as Lavia. Now, Lavia is a year ahead in terms of being a footballer than Stefan right now. I think he's a year older. He had, 33 games for Southampton in the Premier League last season. I think he played something like almost 38, 39 games for Southampton in all competitions last season. So he's ahead of Stefan by a year, I would say, at the moment. Has Stefan got more ability than Lavia? Not sure on that one. Lavia is more physical than Stefan. There's no doubt about it. Technically, he's probably a little bit better on the ball right now. I think Lavia probably. I think Stefan can play as an 8 personally. I know Stefan came through as a centre back, but I look at him play and I think he's not really a number 6. I don't think Stefan's really a number 6. I think he's a player that can play further up the field. I think Lavia is more that 6. So for that reason, I would go and get Lavia. I really would. I think Lavia is more that defensive-minded player as he gets older, I think he'll be more moulded to that defensive midfield area. I think Stefan looks like he can get forward a little bit more. I think he's got a bit more in his game where he can play a bit more in front. But that's promising, though. Go and get Lavia, and you've got Stefan Barsetic there. That's two very good youngsters to build your midfield around in the future. Nothing wrong with that. I'm all for that. I'm all for future proofing. You should future proof your team. There's nothing wrong in future proofing. Nothing at all. Go and get him and have Stefan at the club. Future proof your team. But also at the same time, you've got to make sure you win today as well. It's all good winning tomorrow and future proofing your team and all that. But I want to win today as well. So go and get the players in that can win today. Sell the players that aren't going to be as good for you anymore and let them leave the football club. Get improvements in and future proof your team at the same time. That's what I say. That's what I say. Big up K-Mac, my man. Great show. Lavia, no. Stefan, yes. Big up K-Mac. I know K-Mac's on that Stefan train. Big up to you, man. Future proof only works when you have a base to work from. Yeah, exactly. You've got to get these players in. The issue of just getting Lavia when we can get Lavia and Amrabat for now. Yeah, Amrabat is a player I've rated for some time. When I watched him in the Conference League final, I thought he was head and shoulders the best player on the pitch. Tremendous player. Man United game, they got a steal there. Got a steal. I think Lavia's a good player, though. I'm not going to underestimate Lavia. It's just that he's young. It's a gamble. Do you know what I mean? That's all it is. He's had one professional season. That was at Southampton last year. Yeah, they got relegated. But look, Southampton would have got relegated if Stefan Barsetic was their defensive midfielder all year as well. They would have still gone down. It wouldn't have improved them. So I'll put it like that. If Stefan Barsetic played DM for Southampton all last season instead of Lavia, Southampton would have still gone down. So you can't look at the boy like that. I don't. It's hard to go on players like that and go, oh, that player played for so and so and they got relegated. Why are we going for him? It's not always down to the player. You know, if they play in a way at the club that is poor and is poorly run and things like that, it all contributes to teams going down. Do you know what I mean? It all contributes to teams going down. But yeah, I don't think there would have been a difference. I don't think there would have been a difference. But Amrabat's a good player, but yeah, it looks like he's going United. But I think Stefan's got a bright future. He really has. But I would go and get Lavia. But we need a centre back as well, man. We need a centre back as well. That's not BS around here. Liverpool need a centre back around. And I think if you spoke to Jurgen Klopp privately, I think Jurgen Klopp would rather a centre back come in instead of another midfielder this summer. I think if Klopp said, get me another centre back in before a midfielder, I think he'd be pretty happy with that because, you know, you got Matip who's on the way out. Joe Gomez is... I don't think Joe Gomez has ever been that good. I think prime Virgil van Dijk made Joe Gomez look a lot better than he actually is, personally. That's my opinion. I think a prime Virgil made Joe Gomez just look better and we all got fooled by it. Because let's face it, Van Dijk that season, his first full season at Liverpool, was the best defender on planet Earth by a country mile. He would have made me look good standing next to him. And I think he made Joe Gomez look like a better player because of that. And we all got fooled by it. I don't think Gomez has ever been the answer. I think Gomez should leave Liverpool Football Club. I think Matip should leave Liverpool Football Club. And I think we should be looking for defenders. Obviously, Colwill is the one everyone wants. It ain't going to happen. Chelsea want 80 million for him. It's never going to happen. So I don't think Liverpool and Chelsea are going to do business there. So, but Liverpool need defenders, man. Liverpool need defenders. And I think if you ask Jurgen Klopp privately, I think he would say, get me a defender in before we get another midfielder. Because I do think, as much as we all love Jurgen, I do think Jurgen is happy with Hendo, Fabinho, Thiago, Harvey Elliott, and Curtis Jones. I really do. And I'm not saying that just to pee people off, or I'm not saying it to go against Jurgen. I'm not saying it about anything. I think Jurgen secretly, deep down, is happy keeping Thiago, Hendo, Fabinho, Curtis Jones, and Harvey Elliott. So with Dominic Szoboszlai there and Alexis McAllister there, I think from that point of view, Klopp would want a centre back in the summer. I really do. I think he'd want a centre back in the summer, and that's who we're going to have to look for. And you've got to remember, Konate's been picking up little injuries here and there constantly, which is a pain. Virgil had that massive injury, and he's not really been the same player since. You know, Liverpool got a... It's not just the midfield guys that we need to rebuild. It is the defence as well. Look, next summer, it could be one of them years. Liverpool have every other year, Liverpool have a season where they have hardly any injuries, yeah? So the quadruple year, we kept pretty much everyone pretty fit when we were going for the quadruple. Last season, everyone got injured. So this season coming, everyone should stay fit. There shouldn't be as many injuries next season. Everyone should stay fit. You're always going to get one or two players out injured. That's always the way. But next season, we should pretty much keep everyone fit. And if you do that, Liverpool go a pretty good season because there's a lot of quality in the team. Yeah. But if injuries start to happen again on our football team, and it's because, you know, Thiago's breaking down, Virgil's breaking down, Jordan Henderson's breaking down, then you're asking a lot to go, right, Harvey, you got to step up. Curtis, you got to step up. Stefan Bajcetic, you got to step up. Joe Gomez, you got to step up. It's a massive ask, and we'll be in a lot of trouble. That's what I'm talking about squad rebuild, guys. That's what I mean by it. But look, guys, that's my little chat done with for today. Big up to everyone. Thank you very much for joining me and being patient with me as I went through my little rant there about squad rebuild and what I think should happen and what players should go. Guys, you don't, agree with me, don't agree, disagree with me, let me know in the comments below after the video, guys. It's just my point of view from where I come from as a Liverpool fan. We don't all have to agree. At the end of the day, it's Liverpool that matters the most, guys. And, we all support the team in a different way. And, yeah, guys, appreciate it. Much love. I'll see you again on the weekend. Day off tomorrow. So I'll see you on the weekend. Much love.